December 9th, 2022, Gucci Mane dropped the 80-song album. The last time I seen somebody drop an album this big was Young Band years ago. He dropped 72, but Gucci got the whole world wondering, what do he really got going on? Gucci Mane always been known for dropping a lot of music, and his catalog go way back to 2001, where he really started taking rap serious, and he only took rap serious because he went to jail. After he got out, he made about 1,000 CDs of his first 71 mixtapes and was selling it all throughout East Atlanta. But before he started rapping, it was like he always had a thing for poetry. All the way back when he was 14, he started writing, but his early life was kinda rough. His dad fought in World War II, and after he got out, he met Gucci's mother, and 2 years after them meeting, she got pregnant. But within them 9 months, he got caught selling coke and heroin and was on the run. He fled all the way to Detroit while the mama was left in Alabama, and he was still there when she had Gucci and wasn't even present to sign the birth certificate. Growing up, Gucci was mainly raised by his grandma because his mom went to college to get a degree, and during that time, his father, who was on the run, would sometimes come visit or talk to him over the phone. And during that time, Gucci's brother started to put him on a lot of music. He used to take him to all these concerts, put him on all these artists, and when Gucci turned 9, him and his mom moved to Atlanta. But this is where he started to change. During his freshman year, he started to serve dudes with his older brother, and at the time, he didn't even take the he just sold them. And it seemed like everything was fine till one day Gucci was out riding his bike and a dude ran down on him, put a gun in his face, and for everything he had. And this was truly the moment that made Gucci the man he is today. But soon after that, he really started taking his writing to the next level. And growing up with all the crime and struggle around him, he always had the mindset to put that work in. And only 8 years after being in the game in 2008, he started his record label 1017, which is going to be important later in the video. And in 2009, he released his first gold album, The State vs. Redrick Davis. And before I keep going on, tell me your favorite Gucci song in the comments. But Gucci really one of the pioneers of trap music. He really inspired just about every rapper today. Thug, 21, Migos, and I could keep going on. But after his first big album, he just kept dropping music until about 2014, where he eventually went to prison.
New developments today involving a Georgia rapper arrested for an alleged assault. Gucci Mane is in the Fulton County Jail this afternoon after a judge denied bond for him today.
Well, Gucci Mane, real name Roderick Davis, was denied bond on 2 felony aggravated assault charges, not just because of what he allegedly did, but because of his past.
He eventually got out in 2016 and continued to drop hits and signing more artists to his label. He started to think and strategize. He realized he wanted to do something different from the rest of the rap game. So in 2020, he dropped the album So Icy Summer that would change everything for his label. It featured everybody from the 1017 label, but there was one artist that stood out more than anybody else, Pooh Shiesty, who he signed in April of 2020 after he started to have heavy buzz around the Memphis area after dropping his very first single back in 2019 with Big 30. And it was just like he started popping real fast because just a few months after taking rap serious, he ended up getting a feature from Moneybagg Yo on a Tay Keith beat, which really changed his life and put so many eyes on him. Had everybody want to get him on their label, but Pooh was rocking with Gucci the most. And soon after signing Pooh Shiesty, they dropped his first big song together. But he gonna be important in just a second. So Gucci dropped the album. And if you look at the way it's titled, it's kind of like a series, like how Marvel do their movies. But nobody really thought about it at the time till the next album came out. And people realized Gucci just added the new songs onto the old album instead of releasing a whole new album on streaming services. And at first, it was just him. It was just his label albums that was doing the series until he decided to test it with the golden child of his label, Pooh Shiesty. In February of 2021, Pooh Shiesty dropped Shiesty Season that only had 17 songs. And the one thing about this album is that they named it Shiesty Season for a reason. In April of 2021, just a few months after the original release, they dropped Shiesty Season Spring Deluxe. And if you think about it, the first album was Christmas themed, even though it didn't say nothing about Christmas in the title. It's only right for him to make a Spring Deluxe. And just like with Gucci's last album, they added the new songs onto the old album. And in May of 2020, they dropped another version of this album, Shiesty Season Certified, and once again added onto the last 2 albums, bringing the song total to 32. And while all these Shiesty albums was dropping, Gucci was dropping albums under the So Icy series in the background, which brings us to today, where he dropped the 80-song project, So Icy Boys finale. Thank God that nigga ended it, but did he really drop 80 songs at once? Hell no. But he dropped 80 songs over the course of a few years. And if you're wondering, why would he do this? To increase album sales. Because you gotta think about it, that nigga just trying to put all the albums in one place so niggas don't gotta click on this album and this album. But I don't think that's working because nigga, 80 songs, that's a horrible way to get more streams. It's too overwhelming. A nigga gonna look at the album and see 80 songs and be like, hell no, I'm not listening to this. But if the nigga just sing 15 songs, he'd be like, you know what, I get out to listen. But 80 is too far, but it might be working though, cause he doing it for a reason. But something that didn't work was the drug ring Fetty Wap organized, which I talk about in this video right here.